In Buck Lake, a mysterious team gets their guns ready and discusses their plan inside a van. They've received some intel that their target will be at Hastings Supermarket. Meanwhile at the store, manager Tarky announces that they're closing. Then he steals some of the supermarket's money by hiding it in his pants. Benny checks the back of the store for any remaining clients and is horrified to find a fellow employee dead on the floor and another one with his hands up. Suddenly Dr. Sterling appears behind Benny and points her gun at him, telling him to get on the floor. At the front, someone screams as Logan also points his gun at everyone while filming with his other hand. He forces Tarky to leave his office while his teammates stop a client trying to leave. Spooky starts grabbing every shopper's head and uses his psychic power to check their minds, but he can't find their target. Aaron announces on the speakers that this is a robbery, all doors have been chained, and anyone caught using their phones will be shot. A shopper doesn't obey and gets shot on the spot. When Spooky checks a middle-aged woman, she panics and tries to run. Spooky confirms she's won, so Aaron kills her with a single shot. At the cleaning product aisle, Officer Chambers is pretending to be a scared customer in front of a thug. But when the guy turns around to search for his teammates, Chambers shoots him before using his phone to call for backup. Aaron gets worried that his partner doesn't answer the radio and tries to approach the cleaning product aisle, but Chambers sees him and opens fire. Logan and Aaron immediately shoot back, forcing Chambers to run and hide. While Kane and Aaron find their friend's body, Chambers continues to sneak around and finds Spooky, so he shoots him several times. Aaron rushes to that corridor and keeps Chambers distracted until Kane appears behind the cop to shoot him down too. Spooky dies in Aaron's arms while Kane finds Chambers' phone, learning that the police have been called. All the ruffians gather and discuss what to do. Kane thinks they should leave, but Aaron says they need to finish the job. The others agree to stay because Spooky assured them that his target is in that store, and Kane has no choice but to stay too. Using some toilet paper, Aaron gathers Spooky's blood and writes "stay" back on the window. The police then finally arrive and the thugs release all the shoppers that Spooky got to check. In the freezer, Sterling has opened up the middle-aged woman's body and finds a dangerous parasite that has been inside this person for 8 years. Worried that all the bodies may have something, Kane shoots them a few extra times just in case. Then he makes employees Manny and Whitney move and cover up Chambers' body. While doing so, Whitney notices the officer's gun. The thugs then take all their hostages to the storeroom and discuss how to proceed. Since Spooky is dead, Aaron thinks they need a new spotter and wants to call Charlotte, who parted on bad terms. Kane is losing his patience and aggressively yells at the hostages whenever they say a single word. Then Aaron decides that until they get Charlotte, they must keep checking the hostages with the snip test. While Kane turns off all the lights, Aaron asks Sterling to finish the biopsy and record everything. Outside, the cops interrogate the released shoppers. Detective Seth gets worried when he realizes that one of the hostages still inside is his stepdaughter Whitney. He wants to do all kinds of things to keep the situation under control, so Officer Moody has to remind him that he isn't living in the city anymore. In this little town, the cops don't have many resources. In the parking lot, Seth and Moody find the thugs' van and are shocked by the huge amount of ammo. There's also a camera and a box full of tapes. The van is registered to Aaron, a widower who used to work for Jet Propulsion Laboratories. In the store, most of the thugs are getting all the objects they'll need for the test. Logan drops Spooky in the freezer and closes the door, unaware that Chambers' body has started to move. Kane brings milk to the hostages and forces them to drink lots of it, even when a woman almost pukes. Once they're left alone, Whitney tells the group about Chambers' gun and claims she could negotiate with the thugs because she's learned from Seth. Soon the thugs return and Aaron introduces the hostages to his team. He explains that one of them has been infected with a dangerous substance, so they'll allow them to leave after they're sure they're clear. Spooky was their spotter, meaning he was the only one who could tell who is infected. Without him, they're forced to use an alternate test, which involves the milk altering their acidity to trigger a reaction in the infected person. Tarky is taken to another room and forced to write his name on a jar lid. Sterling comes back after finishing the biopsy and explains that these specimens are twice as big as anything they've seen. They're all female and fertile. Aaron then starts asking Tarky questions about his private life and makes him keep his eyes on his hand. However, Tarky still notices Sterling getting a knife ready to cut his finger and he freaks out. The thugs immediately point their guns at him and Tarky offers to pay them for his freedom as he pulls out the cash from his pants. The team doesn't care about money and forces Tarky to sit down. In the storeroom, Kane hears all the screaming and leaves to investigate. Manny reveals he's had a box cutter all along and uses it to cut the tape on his wrists. The group discusses what to do next and a teacher mentions he's an excellent marksman, so Benny tells him of a shortcut to the freezer and Manny gives them the box cutter. When Kane comes back, Manny asks to go to the bathroom, but Kane tells him to piss in the storeroom. At that moment, Seth finally manages to call the store and Aaron picks up the phone. Seth tries to intimidate him by mentioning his history and his daughter, but Aaron just asks him to bring Charlotte, who was arrested for possession 2 weeks ago. Then Aaron gives Seth his personal number and hangs up. Afterward, the thugs hold Tarky down and Sterling cuts his pinky off. The hostages hear his screams, but Kane tells them to be quiet. The finger is put in the jar with ice and they wait 2 minutes for a reaction. Since nothing happens, it means Tarky is clear. Meanwhile, Seth watches the tapes they found in the van. Sterling's talking about an alien organism that came from a meteor and needs heat to survive. The only way to kill it is to freeze it, but even that can take hours. Moody interrupts Seth to give him Charlotte's profile, which says she's addicted to multiple substances. Aaron's profile has also arrived and they learn that he quit his lab job after he was acquitted of involuntary manslaughter. The other thugs also used to work in that lab and quit when Aaron did. They started some sort of secret club and bought lots of guns. The rest of the lab employees are all dead. Then Seth continues to watch the tapes. This one shows the team running out of the building while a creature roars off camera. There are lots of gunshots and someone dying for not running fast enough. In the meantime, a cop picks up Charlotte from jail and asks her why she and Aaron had a falling out. She explains she failed to help him, but doesn't say how. While the cop has his eyes on the road, Charlotte manages to take the handcuffs off using the dislocated wrist trick. In the storeroom, the teacher has cut off the tape. At that moment, Tarky is brought back with his finger in the jar. They want to test Whitney next, so she tells them that she's a detective's stepdaughter. The thugs don't care and try to get her anyway, but Benny volunteers to go first. They take him to the other room and quickly cut his pinky off. There's no reaction either, so he's cleared too. After Benny is sent back, the group runs the test on the shopper who almost puked. After they cut off her finger, she starts feeling very sick. While waiting the 2 minutes, Sterling and Aaron argue about Charlotte, since her addiction has caused her to make mistakes and innocent people got killed. Logan interrupts them. He notices that the lady's finger is growing back. Suddenly the woman screeches and makes the whole building shake. In the freezer, Chambers' body is mutating. The woman attacks her captors, sending them flying across the room while the screeching gets so bad that even the cops hear it outside. The team tries to stop her and they get hit multiple times. After some struggle they manage to grab her and Aaron stabs her in the neck from behind. Now Sterling can do another biopsy. Kane is worried about his friends so he rushes to check on them. The teacher uses the chance to escape after dropping the cutter for Benny. He quickly gets to the freezer and checks a few bodies until he finds the gun. On his way out he accidentally bumps into the meat and gets so startled that he shoots at it. The noise causes Chambers to wake up and brutally attack the teacher. The gunshot is also heard by the team and the cops. Kane and Logan go to investigate the storeroom while Aaron gets a call from Seth, who promises that Charlotte will arrive soon. Aaron assures him that Whitney is fine but things will escalate if Charlotte doesn't arrive in 10 minutes. In the storeroom, Logan and Kane realize that the teacher is gone. Kane threatens to shoot Whitney, so Benny tells them that the teacher went to the freezer. The duo immediately heads there and finds the teacher bleeding on the floor. Suddenly the teacher moves so Kane quickly shoots him in the head, saying he wouldn't have made it anyway. Then they hear a noise and notice something moving in the shadows. A mutated Chambers jumps out with a mighty roar so Logan and Kane open fire. Outside, the cop finally drops Charlotte, who casually returns the handcuffs to him. Seth calls Aaron to update him, but Aaron just heard the gunshot so he tells him to call later. When Seth asks Charlotte for an explanation, she asks for a substance in return. In the store, Aaron tries to contact his friends to no avail. While Sterling stays with the hostages, Aaron runs to the fridge and finds Kane wounded on the floor. Kane explains that Logan is dead, Chambers is the alien king, and he was stung during the fight so he's infected. After Kane says his final goodbye, Aaron kills him with a shot. It's revealed that he had to do the same for his wife. He then rushes back to the storeroom and updates Sterling, asking her to protect the hostages while he looks for the enemy. Meanwhile, Chambers is dragging Logan's body through the store. In the parking lot, Seth gets Charlotte to talk by giving her an officer's medicine, but he has trouble believing that aliens are real. Suddenly they hear screeching and the whole building shakes again, so Charlotte says this should be proof. She then finishes her story. She used to be infected by the aliens, but thanks to all the substances she took because of her addiction, the infection didn't last long. Thanks to this contact with the aliens, she gained the ability to sense them. However, it also means she needs to keep on consuming to prevent the aliens from taking over. In the storeroom, Whitney has cut her tape too. Then Benny distracts Sterling and Manny tackles her from behind. They struggle on the ground until Manny bites her hand and steals her gun. In the main shop area, Aaron finds Logan's body and shoots him in case he's infected. Suddenly Chambers appears behind him, so Aaron runs back to the storeroom. Soon Chambers also appears and hits Manny to throw him back. Aaron immediately opens fire, causing Chambers to run away with Manny's body. Hearing all the shots, Seth keeps calling Aaron, but he won't pick up. Seth wants to break in with his men and Charlotte says it's a bad idea that will only get everyone killed. In the storeroom, Benny picks up Manny's gun and points it at Aaron, ignoring Whitney when she says they should just leave. Aaron asks him to trust him so an angry Benny reminds him they cut off his finger. Sterling raises her hand to reveal she also lost a finger and got it reattached, saying it's necessary. Then Aaron explains that his team came to this location to find the alien king because by killing him, the females won't reproduce anymore and the aliens will go extinct. Seth keeps calling, so Aaron tells Benny that with Charlotte, they could get this done in just 10 minutes. Benny agrees to cooperate and Tarky complains, so Benny aims the gun at him to keep him back. While Tarky fires Benny, Aaron talks to Seth and agrees to exchange one hostage for Charlotte. Then he asks to talk to her and makes her check that Seth is clear. Once she confirms he is, Aaron tells her to let Seth come in to do the exchange and he hangs up. Afterward, Aaron and Sterling prepare for a big fight. Whitney says that she doesn't trust these people, but Benny saw Chambers' mutations and agrees that they must kill the king, getting a scared reaction from Whitney. The group then moves to the storeroom door, only to find it blocked. Now they'll have to take the long way to the back door. As they carefully sneak around the store, they find Manny's dead body on the floor. Aaron shoots him a few times in case he's infected. He also discovers that the back door is blocked too, so they have no choice but to go to the front. After Seth gets a call with a location for the exchange, Mooney complains because he thinks all the cops should be going in and accuses Seth of not following protocol because of Whitney. In the main shop area, the group sees something moving in the shadows. Aaron assures them that the creature isn't smart and the brain must be half dead by now. When they're about to reach the door, they hear the monster roar and rush to hide. Turkey drops the jar with his finger in the process and decides to go back for it. Chambers immediately uses the chance to jump on him and kill him in the dark. Sterling drops Benny and Whitney in the manager's office while Aaron makes it to the front door. He lets Charlotte and Seth in and the men keep the guns pointed at each other. Aaron explains that the hostage he planned to exchange is dead and he needs Seth's help to finish this, so the detective agrees to cooperate while Charlotte locks the door again. She can already sense an alien in the room and says it's very powerful. Suddenly they hear some gunshots and Sterling comes back. She explains she shot Chambers 6 times to no avail. When Chambers runs down the aisle, everyone opens fire at the same time and they still don't kill him. Charlotte senses that Chambers is looking for something, so Seth moves toward the manager's office while the others plan a distraction. Meanwhile, Benny tells Whitney he'll distract the creature while she runs, but she refuses to leave without him. Luckily, Seth finds them first and Whitney runs to hug him. While Charlotte uses her power to get Chambers' attention, Seth takes the duo to the front door. As soon as he opens it, Moody sends his men inside, ignoring Seth's orders. A screech echoes in the area while the cops surround the team. At that moment, Chambers jumps on Aaron and throws him around a few times before starting to beat him up. The cops can't shoot the monster without hurting Aaron, so Seth fires his gun in the air to get Chambers' attention. When the creature turns around to screech at the cops, Aaron stabs him in the neck from behind. After cutting enough to create an opening, Aaron pulls out a horrifying alien from Chambers' body. The creature is small but strong enough to bring Aaron down. They struggle on the ground and Aaron knows he can't win this, so he asks Seth to shoot. All the cops open fire and the alien quickly dies, but unfortunately Seth is severely wounded too. With his last breath, Aaron asks Sterling to end it, so she screams in grief as she shoots her dear friend. Afterward, Seth arrests Sterling, who insists there are still female aliens on the loose. Seth explains he's following the rules and he'll try his best to prove her story to the law. Charlotte checks the alien's body and freaks out when she realizes this isn't the king after all, which she yells on the radio to warn everyone. In the police car, Benny hears the message as well and realizes Whitney is the only one who wasn't checked. He can't leave the car because the door is locked, so he points his gun at her. Whitney turns around and says that she's always loved him as the veins in her face turn black. Benny screams as he dies. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.